Dobro večer, good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to Tochnyi. On a profound week for Ukraine, Ukrainians, and our American allies, Tochnyi is here to bring you a story of Ukrainian heroism, of an ordinary Ukrainian raising money for an extraordinary defender of Ukraine, Europe, and the free world. It is our privilege today to be joined by Dmytro Morkotonov, who recently ran the Great North Run in aid of a veteran of the ZSU. Dmytro, welcome to Tochnyi.
Good evening here from UK, from Erlend.
Thank you. Can I just get a quick mic check on you there, Dmytro?
Yeah.
Oh, you're good now. Thanks. Yes, so welcome everybody. Thank you for sticking with us. Obviously, you've probably noticed that we restream the software that many people use around the world to broadcast YouTube streams has been hit by a global outage today, on the weekend after the recent US election. So you can, of course, always find Tochny's content on our website, tochnyi.info, our YouTube stream, and of course, we have our account on X. So please do like and subscribe for our latest research and incredible human stories like this that we bring to you today from the incredible nation of Ukraine. So Dmytro, could I start with asking you to tell our audience a bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. As you've introduced, my name is Dmytro Morkotonov. I'm a native Ukrainian. I'm currently an expert who lives in Britain and in Bus in Somerset. And to be honest, I from 2008, I kind of live in UK because I've been studied in here from my A levels, and then I've been in university, and back in 2021, 2022, I moved completely for work. Coincidentally, it's a time when the full-scale war started in Ukraine, and I've got I'm working in marketing, and that's what I'm doing. That's probably just a bit about myself. I do have a diabetes. I do have a kind of an active lifestyle because I do like running. I do like exercising, do different stuff. Well, my wife is a very, let's say, artistic person. She draws, she does photography, and yeah, that's how we using all of our skills, we're trying to promote and show people what's going on in Ukraine, what's in here. And as I keep mentioning to everyone, to my friends in here in UK and everywhere else in the world, that the war in Ukraine is horrible, and it's people are dying every day, and it's just really hard to understand without seeing it for yourself. And I do understand that people who got their own life, they've got all their own problems and challenges in their lives, but Ukraine shouldn't be a trendy stuff. It should be all the time at the hot topic, and people should remember about Ukrainians who defend the world, I think.
Indeed, Dmytro, thank you. I'm quite interested in your background as a runner, because you were telling me earlier you're not one of these athletes off like the Strava app who can run a kilometer in 3 minutes, are you? You came to this sport quite recently, around about, was it 2022 you mentioned? Can you speak about what running how running came into your life during that time.
Well, I used to run, and I used to run quite, because it was my favorite exercise and the field I wanted to do. The way I exercise, I run. So that was back in the days. And when the full-scale war started, I think mentally, and I don't know why, but it just something happened to me, and I just couldn't do that anymore, and that was quite hard for me to do. That's why in 2022, back in August, I just went for a run, and I just couldn't do that. I just stopped and decided, no, I won't run anymore. It's just painful. So that's why I stopped for a while, and like in the 9 months when I was doing different exercises, I was still trying to keep myself fit. I decided, why not try I started all over again. So back then, I've decided to start running maybe once a week, maybe a couple of times a week, and then well, that was 2023. I've also registered for the other half marathon, and I was just it was an aim. You just have to do something in order to prepare for it. So that's how I came back to running just a bit. But yeah, you're completely right. I'm not a Strava guy who runs like 3 minute pace a kilometer and these kind of things. I just move along my feelings, let's say, the way I feel, the way I run, and
I
I don't
must.
know. Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Dmytro. I must ask you on this, because
yeah,
this is an important part of your particular story. You're a type 1 diabetic,
yeah,
so
yeah.
what challenges did you face in training for this half marathon and the others that you've
Um,
done?
yeah. Well, there are different things. Thanks, the technology is not well, it's moving forward, and that's why we got now lots of different things how to make sure our diabetes is stable. And to be honest, lots of guys, they created different things on uh, different platforms, so you can now DIY loops. It's called DIY closed loop system, which means that your glucose monitor connected to your insulin pump, and that manages and like works automatically, so that you just have to make sure you control it really well. But in terms of your question, it is hard sometimes, because a normal person, he just goes for a run, and he just eats to make sure he hydrates well. He makes sure that he gets the carbohydrates and this kind of things. While me, I also have to control my glucose. I just have to control that. I feel well, and a lot of different things. That my insulin pump works well. That my chargers all are okay, and it's like more of a, like I'm a robot. So all my systems working, and they keep helping me move forward. But as because that's quite a long time. I got my diabetes since 9 years old, and I'm 34 now. So yeah, I've got a lot of experience in that. So yes, it's hard, but I think well, I'm Ukrainian, so I can do almost everything as long as I need to, and as long as I know that I'm helping the other Ukrainians who actually defend us. So yeah, that's not a problem.
Well, yes, but as a Ukrainian,
Yeah.
Dmytro, I'm guessing not even Ukrainians run the Great North Run at this pace that our audience can see on their screen now, huh? Going through beautiful Newcastle,
Yeah.
yeah, going over the Tyne Bridge, maybe stopping off at the Hop-ins, and going past Gateshead International Stadium,
Yeah.
and going through a few beautiful places here. We're up to mile 4, going on to mile 5. Can you give us an idea of, just before you reach the beautiful place that is South Tyneside, what kind of reaction did you get from Newcastle locals and others who came to watch this half marathon?
The atmosphere was great. I think it was like a big party, and well, to be honest, Great North Run. That's because I've seen big marathons. I've seen London Marathon. I've seen Berlin Marathon. So the atmosphere at this half marathon is just amazing. People cheering, people just staying at the road, just and small kids are playing with their families. They just telling you that they so you have to keep going and run, and everyone smiles. And the most important thing for me was because to be honest, at this exact day when we ran, it was like raining like cats and dogs. It was crazy, to be honest, because the rain was really heavy, and people were still there. They were cheering, they were supporting everyone, and that was crazy, to be honest. Because even my wife, who supported me, she was like, "Are you okay? How was it?" Because the rain was it was not like a small drizzle. It was like raining really heavily. So yeah, it was a nice experience. A
That's a
nice
beautiful summer's
experience
day
to
up in
run.
the north.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a beautiful summer's day up in the northeast, Dmytro.
Yeah, yeah.
It's yeah, it does look rather challenging. And you have actually a wonderful video that you shared with me earlier. This
Yeah.
one, and this was taken during the race, huh?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
just mute it for before we get into the song. But yeah, this is you.
yeah. I just filmed it a bit just to just a short reminder that I've done it. It's really nice to have a look at. And to be honest, if I just want to tell about this kit because if you can see on the back of it, it's a Ukrainian uh, coat of arm, which is made. It's not a proper one, let's say. You can see the different things on it. It symbolizes the tape with which people back in 2022, when the shellings of Kyiv and the other cities were really heavy, and back then people just started to get used to that, and we got well, we didn't know previously what we have to do in order to make sure that the windows, when they're shattered, so that they won't harm anyone, you just have to tape them. And that means and symbolizes, this kind of thing symbolizes that all of our windows, everywhere in each city, people just tape them and make sure that even if they shattered, they won't damage people who are inside. So that's why they've created this kind of a kit for athletes. And when I found it, I decided that that's an additional thing how to show people that you can tell about it, and because not everyone understands that even this kind of this little thing actually means a lot to people, means a lot to Ukrainians, and that yeah, that's even in this thing, that's just a small part of the story.
Thank you, Dmytro. Yeah, I should point out to our international audience, this is Newcastle upon Tyne, and not one of the other many various Newcastles that there are around the world, and are beautiful places in themselves. So we are going to turn, if we could, to the inspirational individual that you ran this for. Could you tell us how you first came across Ruslan?
Uh,
Ruslan Rihoriev.
yeah. To be honest, I know this charity citizen uh, in Ukraine because I know people who stand behind it and who created it, and that's really important to me to help them, to support them, and I know their aim is to make sure that heavily injured servicemen, defenders, they get the best possible rehabilitation, the best possible prosthetics, and make sure that they can, well, feel this great taste of life, even with such heavy injuries. So when I actually won this place in the ballot for the Great North Run, I've called them and just asked them, guys, I've got the place and I would like to fundraise for the charity. Uh, just give me a hint. What are the what which fundraiser or which defender at the moment needs the most urgent treatment or help or things for whom should I target my campaign for? And they've suggested that Ruslan Grigoriev at that time he needed this support, and uh, the aim was to collect this amount. So that's how I actually been introduced to fun, and I well, that's how I decided that I need to help him and I need to fundraise for him, and that was that how that actually worked. And when I actually read his story, when I saw the guy, well, it's just amazing for me. It's just a story like a hero, and that's really motivational. And it's an honor to help and fundraise for a person like him. So when you see guys like him, you just, I don't know, feel yourself. That's I know it's a little thing you can do, but I would do anything just to make sure I can help him.
Thank you, Dmytro. Ruslan's story, as our audience can see on the link provided, is an inspirational one. He was injured uh, fighting in Donbass, in Donetsk, and he lost his hand. Yet, despite this, he, as you can see by the photos, has achieved quite a lot. And these people, should our audience so feel inclined to donate, as they can see from the bottom of the website, uh, the amount is in Ukrainian currency, but the conversion, it's not a lot when you convert it. It's about 3,700. I think I looked up that amount. So
Yeah, yeah.
£3,700 sterling. A similar amount of euros. So yes, Ruslan's story is absolutely incredible, and it. I was going to ask you actually on this note, what message would you like, Dmytro, to take and bring to Ukraine's allies to remember Ruslan's service to both Ukraine, Europe, and the free world?
Uh, well, I think, as I mentioned previously, it's a bit devastating at the moment to see that the full-scale war started in 2022, but the actual war started actually back in 2014, and not everyone knows about it. And well, but that's of course details. But still, at the moment, living abroad and see the newspapers, the headlines, and these kind of things. I do understand that only trendy things are getting there, but Ukrainians keep fighting, and it keeps going on every day, and nothing has changed. If in 2022 we were on the headlines everywhere, people kept talking about it, and everyone tried to help Ukrainians. Nowadays, for us Ukrainians, to be honest, nothing has changed. Everything is still the same. But the allies and people abroad, they just, I don't know, they just moved on, and they do not pay attention to that as much as they did previously. And I just would like to make sure that people still remember that we are still battling this enemy. And I do understand someone keeps smiling when you're talking about that. Yes, we are defending not only our territory and Ukraine, but actually, Ukraine is the country which defends all of the Europe and probably the democratic world from this enemy. And for me, it's pretty clear. And nowadays, you can see that the allies of our enemy is the, let's say, the darkest side of this world. And that's what we have to do, and keep remember about it. And I just keep try and, well, you just have to talk about it and make sure that people do not forget about it. The same, probably, maybe it's a bad comparison, but today in UK is a Remembrance Day, and everyone keeps remembering how British soldiers, the soldiers of Commonwealth, they defended, and they they well, they served for their country, and did things for that. And that's a great thing to do, and a great thing. And I think that Ukrainians are on the on par with these soldiers, because they also defend and Britain as well. And yes, we are not like have the same passports, and we are not on the same territory. And it seems that Ukraine is quite a distance from UK, but still, yeah, it works like this. Today is Ukraine, tomorrow it can be the rest of the world. So just keep remembering about it, and just every one of us has to do a small thing and help as much as he can. That's what we can do, and I would like everyone to do that, and that's what we can do.
On this Veterans Weekend, with Veterans Day for our American friends and allies occurring tomorrow, and with this being, like you said, Dmytro, Remembrance Day in my and our part of the world, your words are profound. Thank you very much for bringing Ruslan's inspirational story to us today, and thank you for bringing your own remarkable story to Tochnyi today. Thank you.
Thank you.